Hello and welcome to another mystery mold. We have these two cuties this week. Let's pour them up and see what's inside.
Hello, my name is Shelby and I'm a potter. I found this bulk lot of slip casting molds and one by one I'm pouring them up to reveal whatever is inside and then finish it into an artwork. This is the mystery mold series, so let's see what's in today's episode.
Okay, we've got two really little ones here. I'm excited. They look kind of similar, but I think they're different. I want to see if I can open them up at the same time. All right. Okay. Oh, wow. They are so cool. Oh, wait. So we've got a square and a round picture frame by the looks of it, but I have a feeling they are self-standing. So the stand is built into the actual mold of it. It is a self-standing picture frame. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. That is so cute. I feel like I could do some little like custom pet portraits in these. That would be so funny. Like, you know those animals that are wearing clothes? I always talk about animals that wear clothes. They are so goofy, but like, you know how they're like looking all regal? I could do something like that in these. Oh my gosh. These are cool. I want more shapes of these. These are fun. The only thing is, when I say it's built in, it's kind of exciting because I'm like, oh, it's already included in the pottery thing. I don't have to attach anything. I don't have to construct or get parts for it because some of the things I've had to find parts. But that means that you're not clipping a photo from behind. You're kind of making a really permanent decision by sticking it in there because there's no like clip to hold it in place. Oh my gosh, I just had another really practical idea for these. I'm also thinking these could actually be excellent for my market stall stand because I could actually put the prices in those and stand them up. But I just ordered these from another business and that's so annoying because I could have made my own. Fun. I'm just trying to think, maybe there's a way that I could put like flowers in here, like real flowers, and do like a layering of flowers, maybe with resin or something. That could be really pretty. I really like them. I'm actually really excited for these. And I think I need to pour up lots of these so that I can just have like heaps of them. I think that these are great for little presents, and I think that they're great for my market I'm about to do as like little additional pieces. I don't know, what else? I just feel like they're so cool because they just exist in their function and can just be appreciated on a shelf somewhere, like anywhere. I feel like I could put these all through my house.
Here is a look at the molds for those who are hoping to snatch them up. I'm really hoping that there are more shapes of picture frames out there. I also said it was a square on the video before. Like, I know it's a rectangle. I was just testing you. No, but I was just reacting in the moment and I was like, from above, I was like, oh, it's a square, but it's a rectangle. In case you're wondering if I know my shapes, I do, okay? So I would love to see some other little shapes, but I'm thinking that worst case, if there aren't any other shapes and I can't find them, I could always make my own. And I always say this every video, I'm like, I could make this myself, but I never do. Maybe there should be a whole series of all the things I said, I'm gonna make that myself. So I decided that I wanted these pieces to be like a little slice of home in them, a little memory keepsake or a story. And I decided that these pieces would be a wonderful addition to my advent calendars. So I have made a whole collection of them plus some spare pieces. I thought that they were just like the perfect little memento and keepsake, and I have so many ideas for them, but I'm sticking to the one concept for them to keep them consistent across the 40 pieces in the calendars. I am painting all the frames in different color variations. Some of them I'm adding some little flowers to the frames, some will have little landscapes inside, and the rest will be left plain so that I can add some little collages inside with real dried flowers from either my garden or neighborhood. Now, I do want to one day make little price tags with these, and I also do want to explore that pet portrait idea, but for the sake of me making 40 of these, I didn't want to go absolutely bananas with all these different ideas because I was overwhelmed. I'm gonna say, like, doing the advent calendar series, I love it and it's so exciting. I feel like Santa Claus, but doing 40 pieces of 12 different artworks, but like making so much variety. That's like 480 artworks. It is a lot, and my brain was starting to fry at this point. I kept it to a few simple ideas for each one. So the picture frames with the flowers on the outside, the landscapes, and then plain ones to add the collages in them. I mentioned that I want to make these like little memory capsules. So inside the frame, I'm actually going to put flowers and pour resin inside to keep them forever. But I want to talk about your most favorite keepsake or your most favorite gifted item. So every week I love reading all your stories and comments, and it is literally my highlight. And I know so many of you love to read through the comments too. So this week, with the spirit of Christmas around the corner and the giving season, I want to know about your most favorite gift, but not just any gift. Like, I'm not talking about that time you got a bike and it was all you ever wanted. It was the best bike ever and you were so happy. I actually want to know about the present that surprised you. The one that you love and cherish and that you still have till this day that you never expected, or maybe you did expect but you didn't realize how much you were going to love it. Maybe it's something small or big. It doesn't have to have sentimental value, but it absolutely can as well. I just want to know about them in the comments. Like, what was the gift that you were like, wow, that was really thoughtful, I use that all the time? Like, for example, last Christmas, this isn't long enough time, I've got so many things and being put on the spot. Like, I'm sure some of you have gone, yep, I've got that, I've got it in my head. My best friend gifted me a little crochet frog in a little outfit last year for Christmas, and I absolutely adore the little creature, and it sits on my bookshelf and I always look at it and it reminds me of her, and I know that I'll take it wherever I am in life. I also have like a little trinket box that I got for my 18th birthday. I don't even remember who gifted it to me, but it holds all my pressed flowers now and I still have it. And it was just one of those little things that you just don't go out of your way to buy it for yourself, but when someone buys it for you, like not like undies, but like, you know, someone buys you this weird random little trinkety thing and it just ends up living with you forever. I love that stuff. So I want to hear about it in the comments. And even if you did get a bike and it was the best bike ever, I want to hear about that too. Let's get to the kiln opening and reveal.
Alright, so my picture frames are under here. I am hoping none of them have fallen over. I have a feeling that maybe one of them might have, because the bottom bit might have bowed underneath it. So let's pull those shelves off and have a look what's inside. Fingers crossed, my friends. Ooh, they are fun. Oh my gosh. They are fun. I'm so happy already. Look how crispy they are. This isn't even all of them. This is just what I had that would fit on this shelf. I'm gonna do another firing to finish off the rest of them. Oh my gosh. Wow, they are so colorful. Look how vibrant they all are. I really love the little landscapes, but I know that I'm adding stuff into them and I'm trying not to be like, like these landscapes are amazing, but I'm excited for what's to come with the little collages in these. I really like the idea of pottery picture frames. Aren't they just like the coolest thing? I was gonna say, aren't they just the coolest thing you've ever seen? But I'm sure you've seen way cooler things. I don't know why, I'm just really gobsmacked at how cool these are. I am going to time lapse pulling these out because I'm just, it's a feast for our eyes. But because we've got another step to fill in the actual picture frames, I will talk a bit more about the finished results then. But yeah, let's just time lapse it and then yeah, we can talk about the results as I'm doing the little collages inside them.
Okay, so for this next part, I am finally getting to collage inside my pottery and inside these frames and making these little scenarios and keepsakes. So I sourced these books from an op shop. Not going to lie, this one is a little menacing and creepy with the shading of the face. I also just wanted to say a hello to the person that saw me at the op shop collecting these books and said you watched my YouTube. That was so cool, and I told you that I was actually going there to do something for a mystery mold. So this is it. So if you're watching, this is what I had and what I was hiding from you. So yeah, I don't really know how to explain how I find this special, but I just like this idea of sending these little images encased with flowers that just like make you think of someone, or just something that's really pretty that you've just made for someone. Like, it just feels really special and I just can't really articulate it. I want to picture books from different eras, but also different aesthetics of images, so that when the collage comes together, it's like all these artworks combining and making this like hybrid artwork. And I wanted some lifelike images, naturalist images. I don't know why I put an accent on that, but some old kitschy storybooks as well. And I'm just going to cut out random mix of images from each and compile them together to make a new artwork. So the reason for such a random variety of books was because of that. And I also had to make sure that the pages were like this papery, like it wasn't that glossy. I don't know, I think the gloss would have been fine now looking back, but I really wanted them to be like a papery aesthetic, because I guess like that was the era I was looking for, or I had a certain image in mind. I must say that this process was very soothing and fun. It was like a little arts and crafts project. I was just rummaging through, grabbing all these little curiosities out of the book and planning how they might work in the images. I did actually end up cutting out really big things, but the frames were actually so small that it only fit a few little pieces in each one. I also just wanted to mention that if you are ever having an art block, go to your local op shop and pick out some picture books and science books. Nature and gardening ones are great too. You know what? All books with pictures are great. They are so wonderful and such a great reference and source of ideas. They also show images throughout history and are a bit of a time capsule of trends and ideas. And I just was having such an inspirational day when I was flicking through these books. I was going, that's a really cool way to interpret that. That's a cool use of colors together. That's a cool use of shapes together. Like, it was actually really inspiring, especially as I said at the start of the video, I was having like this moment of being like, I've done so many artworks, I am tired. This just like woke me up inside. And I just wanted to let you know that if you are having an art block, maybe you're having an art block now, run to your op shop, go grab some picture books, have a look and see what inspires you. Alongside cutting out all the pictures from the picture books, I cut up a bunch of flowers from my flower wall and then mixed my resin up. I will just say, please wear PPE when using resin. In these shots, I'm actually wearing gloves for the mixing part, but when I'm holding the picture frames, I am not. This is due to using a paintbrush and not wanting to get the resin everywhere on the outside of them. It was the risk I was happy to take, okay? It was my personal choice to not wear gloves. I know it's bad. I also just want to make sure that you know that it's bad, and don't do this. Please. Unless you want to. Then please still don't do it. Anyway, moving on. I used an old brush I didn't care about, and I applied a thin layer of resin to the frame to get a bit of glue happening. I then placed all the little pieces on there. I did actually plan out a few of these, but then when it came down to putting them in the frame, it totally just changed. They ended up just being a little bit smaller than I expected due to the shrinkage, but I just ended up placing whatever felt nice, whatever told a story, and whatever brought together the cutest composition in each one. It was really nice to feel creative, inspired in a different way. I did push through using my brush, where I should have probably just poured the resin in at the end. Like, it was getting a little bit finicky, and it would have made life so much easier because the pieces just kept moving around. But I did end up doing it at the end and with the rest of the pieces, because it just made it so much easier than brushing them on, because the brush kind of just moved it around. I was using the brush to try and be a little bit more delicate, but it just was like counterproductive, but that's okay. I learned things and it was really exciting. I had these all propped up on a little like stand too, so that they're level, because you know how it's got that back. I had to make sure that it was resting level so that the resin didn't just pour all out. I love this piece so much. It was so fun to create. I love putting the little flower hats on turtles, making kittens play amongst the blooms, squirrels running around a castle. Got the accents today. I don't know where they're coming from. All kinds of wonderful imaginative stuff, and I loved being able, you know what they say, the picture says 1,000 words, and it was so fun to be able to not just draw something that was 2D or sculpt with a 3D shape, but sort of bring those elements of 2D and 3D into this one artwork. It was really cool to see it come to life. I hope you liked this reveal and this video. Please let me know in the comments what you thought, and I still want to hear about your gifts. There is a sneak peek at the end of this video for the next reveal. Thank you so much for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe for more. It helps me so much. See you then.